Welcome to Shine Movement Space. Today we have a full body mat Pilates routine that is aimed at balancing muscle activation with feel-good mobility and stretch. I'll give options for increasing the challenge or for maintaining movement that feels right for you today. This one is great to add to your morning routine or to feel renewed at the end of your day. I hope this class leaves you feeling light and centered. Find yourself a place to set up and let's get moving and shine together. Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. We have a nice total body routine today, and I wanted to mention if you want to use some hand weights for the first section on our backs, you are welcome to do so. I'm going to do them without them today, but that is up to you if you want to add a little bit more challenge for your arms and shoulders. All right, we're going to get started laying on our back with our knees bent. I want you to take a moment and really feel the back of your rib cage expanding into the mat as you breathe. Big inhale, expanding, filling your torso with air, and exhale. Let it all go. Let's get nice and grounded and centered here. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, think of even the muscles between your ribs and on the sides of your ribs expanding as your breath draws down, and then exhale. Ribs are closing as we let all that air go. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. From here, reach your arms in line with your ears and notice if your rib cage has popped open. Try to keep those ribs knitted together even as your arms go overhead, arms in line with ears, and then they're going to circle down towards your hips. So arms come in line with our ears and then they circle. We inhale as they go back, exhale as they come around. Inhale, getting our shoulders moving. Exhale and inhale and exhale. All right, we're adding on, if you'd like here today, we add a head, neck, and shoulder lift as our arms come towards our hips. Inhale, head lowers. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders lift. Inhale. Exhale. Abdominals scooping in and up, warming up our core here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Scooping our abdominals closer towards our spine as we lift our head, neck, and shoulders. One more like that. All right, we have another layer if you'd like to add a knee lift. We alternate as the arms come towards our hips. Taking a moment to just warm up those abdominals. Making sure that chin is really knotted towards your chest so that our neck muscles aren't straining as we do this. And let's do one more on the other side. Very nice. Lower down. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Let it all go. From here, our arms are reaching towards the ceiling. We're going to engage our lower abdominals and we lift our knees up to a tabletop position. We rotate our palms and then we press our arms down and up and down and up. Notice your abdominals in this position. Can you flatten them towards your spine? Can you keep your rib cage closed? Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. When you're ready, you're welcome to add a head, neck, and shoulder lift. And inhale. And inhale as you reach up. Abdominals curled, flatten toward your spine as you curl. And lower. And lower. On the next one, we're going to stay lifted and pump our arms. Exhale. We pump for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lower down. Nice inhale. We exhale. Repeat that. Exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lower. Very nice. Let's add on little piece by piece here. So next piece of choreography here is that we're doing the same thing with our arms, but our legs stretch on the high diagonal and come in. You can keep heels together, toes apart, if that feels good for you. And in. Exhale. When you're ready, we add that head, neck, shoulder lift. And in. Now, in this position, if you're losing your abdominal connection here, your core connection, you are welcome to keep your legs in tabletop, or you can put your knees on the floor. It's okay too. All right, and on the next one, we'll add those pulses. Ready? Exhale. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Nice inhale. One more. Exhale. We pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower with control. And then hug your knees toward your chest. Take a few deep breaths here. Rocking side to side. Well done. From here, if you have weights in your hand, you can put them at your side. And then when you're ready, meet me with your legs extended towards the ceiling. We're going to go heels together, toes apart. From here, our legs are pressing down on that high diagonal. They separate and they come back center. They press down, they open and circle back to the center. As they press down, we think of our abdominals flattening towards our spine, and then our pelvic floor lifting up. Exhale to press down. Inhale up and around. And let's do one more in that direction. And then we reverse the direction. So we open them wide. We meet them together on that diagonal and hinge them to 90. Opening and hinge up. And up. We inhale and exhale on the diagonal. Inhale up. And up. Let's do two more. And one more. Very nice. Leave your legs in the center. We're going to flex our feet now. Open your legs to the side and then close them together. We're thinking about our inner thighs drawing together here. Opening and exhale. Your legs come together like they have a strip of magnets, and those magnets want to pull together. So you can create your own resistance here. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale. Trying to keep your legs about 90 degrees so your legs are not open on that diagonal anymore. We're not feeling it as much in our abdominals. We're concentrating right now on our inner thighs and our hips. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Very nice. Open your legs. You can bend your knees. Stay here and stretch however is comfortable for you. So you can keep your legs extended. Breathing. You can grab your heels in that happy baby type pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Close those knees together. Put your feet down and we're going to roll onto our sides. All right. We're on our sides. Our hips are stacked. We bring our knees about 45 degrees in front of us, making sure that we're supporting ourselves from underneath. So we're lifting. We're not, on the couch here watching TV. That top hip hasn't snuck up towards our waist. So we're pressing that hip in line with the other hip. Knees are bent. We're opening that top knee. We have toes together and knees together. Toes together and knees together. Okay, what's happening here? We're rotating from our hip socket. So if you think of your femur bone as rotating, we're using our external rotators, our internal rotators. So your knee may not open all the way up to the ceiling. Actually, it most likely won't. But we're working on finding those external rotators here. Side glute. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. I like to keep my hand on my hip so I remind my hip not to sneak up. Keeping my alignment. Let's do 2 more like that. And 1 more. Very nice. Leave your knee facing down. Extend your leg long. And then rotate that leg internally even more. Toes trying to point towards the floor. We lower and lift. Lower and lift. Working the side leg there. We inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Nice and calm through the rest of our body. Lower and lift. You have 4, 3, 2, and last one. Very nice. Bend your knee. Give that hip a tap if you need to. And then when you're ready, let's rotate onto our stomach from here. Nice and easy. All right, we're going to be flat on the floor. I'm going to tell you before I put my head down because I don't want my microphone to be smashed. All right, so legs are about mat width apart. Heels are facing inwards, toes facing outwards. We're laying down, our arms are extended nice and long. Forehead is long, neck is long. I'm going to put my forehead on the floor eventually. And then all we're going to do is roll our shoulders down and back. And then we lift our arms, head, neck, shoulders, chest, and lower. Hovering slightly off the mat and lower. What is going to help this is to make sure we're lifting with our abdominals from underneath. So bum is not popped up off the mat. Abdominals are engaged underneath. And we lift our upper body and lower. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Nice and long neck. Two more like this. Very nice. We're setting down our upper body, and now we're going to switch to our lower body. If you'd like for this, you can make a little pillow with your arms and rest your forehead down. From here, we engage our lower abs. We feel our pelvis in the mat. We inhale. Exhale. We lift those legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale. And inhale. If this is uncomfortable on your pelvis, you can always put a little towel or a small thin cushion or pillow underneath your hips, or even double over your mat so you have a little more cushion. Hovering those legs off the mat. They might not lift too terribly high, and that's okay. We reach long. We think of reaching long out of our pelvis and up. And one more. Okay, we're going to combine those two. Arms extend long. We really reset our abdominals, supporting from underneath. We lift in and up. Our shoulders are drawn down and back. We inhale. We exhale. Lift upper and lower body. And then we lower down. Exhale, lift. And lower. Exhale, lift. Nice long neck. And lower. Let's do two more. And one more. And lower down. Very nice. Make a little pillow with your hands. Bend your knees. Sway your knees side to side, releasing any tension. Okay, if you're watching on a tablet or a phone, you can take your phone, flip it to the other side of you, and roll onto your other side. Or if you're watching on a computer or TV, something you don't want to move, you can press yourself back. And then we'll find our way onto our other side for the side body. We lay all the way down on the mat. Knees are bent at about a 45-degree angle here. Hips are stacked, remembering that top hip is reaching long and away right over that bottom hip. Rib cage closed, supported from underneath, abdominals in and up. We lift that top knee, and then we go knees together and toes together. Knees together and toes together. Knees together and toes together. Really thinking of that leg rotating in the hip socket. If you have your hand on your hip like me, you might even feel some of those muscles working for you. Feel that movement coming from your leg and not from your ankle or your knee. Nice and slow and controlled. Using your breath. Let's do two more like that. And one more. On the next one, we leave our knees together. Oh, lost my words. We extend our leg long. We rotate that top leg really towards the floor, toes pointing down. We lower and lift that leg. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Making sure that those shoulders are nice and stacked as well, so we're not letting that top shoulder open up. Staying nice and calm through our upper body as we feel it in our side leg. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Very nice. Bend your knee and give that hip a nice little tap. And then we're rolling it back onto our backs for one last abdominal series here. We feel our pelvis in the mat. We find our rib to hip connection by engaging and flattening our abdominals towards our spine. And then we lift our legs up to tabletop. If this is too much for you right now, leave your knees on the floor. That's perfectly fine. From here, arms reach towards the ceiling. We're inhaling here. We exhale, we reach towards the side of our knees, curling up and over in an oblique curl. And then arms come back to the ceiling. We exhale, other side. So we're taking our arms, reaching this whole shape to the side of our knees. Exhale and inhale and inhale. Back to center and center. Few more like this. If this is too much on your neck, you can also keep your hands behind your head to support your neck slightly. Let's do 2 more each side. And 1 more. Very good. Keep those legs up, keep those arms up. Last little thing here. We reach our arms and legs away from each other, flattening our abdominals towards our spine. We circle our arms and bring our knees in, reaching away. Exhale, circle in. Reaching and circling, making sure your lower back stays in contact with the mat. So maybe your legs don't go as low, and that's okay. It's more important to keep our core connection here. You have 2 more. And 1 more. Very nice, my friends. Take a few deep breaths, rocking side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Set your legs on the mat. We're going to take that top ankle, cross it over that knee. We pull that knee towards our chest. Figure 4 stretch for that hip that worked so hard for us. Breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can always stay longer in this stretch if you would like. Otherwise, we're going to put that foot back on the mat. We bring our arms towards the side, and then we rotate our legs towards the screen. Look in the opposite direction here. Find a nice spine twist. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And 1 more breath. Very nice. 1 more inhale, and on the exhale, bring your legs back to the center, and we'll switch sides. So we start with that figure 4 stretch, crossing that knee over that ankle, pull the thigh towards the chest here. You want to think of also pressing your pelvis, the back of your pelvis, into the mat. That might activate this stretch a little bit more. You can gently guide your knee open. Just breathing through it. We don't need to force anything here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. From here, we can inhale, exhale, arms come to the side. We rotate in a spine twist here. Enjoying this stretch, trying to keep the back of our shoulder blades on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Rotate back to center and then to your side, and let's press ourselves up and come to a nice seated position. As we're coming to seated, I just want to remind you that if you liked this routine, be sure to check the description, because I like to link classes that complement each other in the description. So be sure to check those out, save them if you'd like that. And let's end as usual. We inhale, big breath in, arms scoop up, exhale, bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes, feel your heart beating beneath the palms of your hands. Inhale, exhale, feel just alive and moving and loose. Inhale, exhale, thanking yourself for showing up today. One more inhale, and on the next exhale, arms float open, eyes float open, shoulders roll up, down and back. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel great. I hope you feel centered, and I hope you continue to shine today. Bye, friend. Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support, and I hope you'll join me again.